7 ways to market yourself as a business entrepreneur. Let's take a look at these. These will certainly help you get better, faster results to take you to where you want to go. Number 1, choose a niche. Number 2, become an expert. Number 3, educate. Number 4, build a social media following. Number 5, lead with value. Number 6, look for speaking opportunities. And number 7, get to know more people by building better relationships. Let's take a deep dive into each of these elements. Number 1 is choose a niche. You do not have to serve the whole of humanity. Get really laser focused at what your niche will be. Start with one type of avatar, one type of product, and get your message out there to that person, understanding their pain points and their gain points. Find a niche and really hone in on your target market. Number 2, become an expert. Get into a position where you are seen as the authoritative figure. And my recommendation is to do what's called a signature solution. Create a roadmap, a presentation, a recipe of 3, 5, or 7 steps that will take your avatar on a journey, taking them from where they are now to where they need to be. And by having what's called a signature solution, which is a roadmap, it's a blueprint of their journey, this will elevate you in your marketplace, because I pretty much guarantee it, none of your competition will have something along these lines. So become an expert in your field. And really, this brings me on to point number 3, which is educate. You need to educate yourself and really sharpen your own tools. Ego gets in the way of a lot of people. They stop learning, they get stale, they go backwards, they rely on old methods, the slow way of doing things. So educate yourself on all of the latest marketing strategies. Educate yourself on your product. Really be in a position where you are able to fully understand your unique selling points of your business. How can you really help your particular customer or avatar? Every day is a school day, and the more you learn, the more you earn. So educate yourself. How can you do this? Podcasts, books, mentors, education, advanced courses, mastermind groups, retreats. This is really important. Point number 4, build a social media following. Yes, I know that may sound painful for some of you. 8 years ago, I did not want to be on social media. But the world has changed, my friends. And unless you change with it, you are going to be left behind. The way we now build relationships is very different to 10 or 15 years ago. You can get on Facebook, you can get on Instagram, you can get on TikTok, you can start your own podcast or YouTube channel, and relatively quickly, using a phone, anyone can do it, you can start to build a following, a fan base of the people that want to listen to you. And remember, you focus down, you don't focus up. Okay, there is somebody out there right now that needs what you offer. So get yourself on social media. You've got 2 options. Number 1, be the consumer. Number 2, be the producer. The consumer scrolls social media, spends wasteless hours and hours and hours stalking other people. Why don't you just become a producer and actually get out there and produce the content, give great value? And that really leads me on to my next point, and that is lead with value. How can you do that? Turn up, show up, understand your product. You can put out amazing content. So people are not going to necessarily buy from you straight away. You have to build that relationship. People need to get to know, like, and trust you. And they say typically 7 touch points before someone is ready to make a buying decision. The problem is most people stop at touch point 1 or touch point 2, and they get disheartened because they're not converting their leads. Keep giving out massive value. What sort of value do I give? Well, I'm here now in my studio. I'm giving you massive value. I'm sharing with you top tips and tricks. My podcast goes out every week. My YouTube channels, my social media channels, the reels, the content, the pictures, the stories. Everything is out there to build a relationship with you. And when you start doing the same, hey, you could have £1 million months, £1.5 million months, £12 million a year businesses. But you've got to lead with value, create that relationship, build, know, like, and trust. You can go and give free products. You can become an author. You can get a lead magnet out there. There's so many things you can do. Mini series online. Lead with value. Get your message out there. Number 6, look for speaking opportunities. When I first started Assets for Life, I spent 18 months touring the UK, speaking at networking events. I was not a born speaker. I hated public speaking, but I got around great speakers. And when you get speaking opportunities, rather than talking one-to-one, you start to talk one-to-many. You could go to a networking event in your local area with 40 or 50 people in, get up on stage, speak to those people 10 or 15 minutes, and then give them a free ebook, ask to book in a coffee with you, get them on a telephone conversation. You are speaking one-to-many. And if you look at all successful business owners, they have speaking opportunities. And that's really point number 7. You've got to spend time building new relationships. Get yourself out of the nitty gritty of what you do. Marketing is where it is at. Marketing and sales. How do you do that? You build great relationships, you find the right type of avatar, you go and build your team, you outsource and leverage things, but you go and have more conversations with the type of avatar you're looking at. The more conversations you have, the more money that is going to come into your business. So as a recap, 7 top tips. Number 1, choose a niche. Number 2, become an expert. 3, educate yourself. Number 4, build a social media following. Number 5, lead with value. Number 6, get yourself more speaking opportunities. And number 7, spend 70% of your time building great relationships. And when you apply these principles, I guarantee you will get more leads. You will market yourself. You will become the expert, a top 1% performer. You got to be consistent. You got to be concise, but you can do this. If you've enjoyed this episode, then somewhere around this video, there is a link to a events page, and you can come and hang out with me and my team, where we will show you how to start, scale and grow successful property portfolios and businesses. And it's completely free of charge. So come and hang out. You've got nothing to lose, everything to gain. You could be my next big success story, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.